when we talk about training, everyone has been a part of a mandatory meeting. Everyone has had to attend one. And when the person who is standing in front of you does not want to be there. You can tell. You can feel it in the way that they deliver the message. You can feel it in the way that they have prepared their PowerPoints and the way the room is prepared. All of that is very evident. The vibe, as soon as you walk in the door, you can feel it. And when this is, I'm just going through the motions because I've got to check off this box, or hey, this person is super excited to be here and they can't wait to share and they're excited to see me and they're, making this conversation and trying to engage with me. So first all, love what you're doing. If you're not loving doing training, then find someone who loves doing training, because it is going to be a huge waste of everyone's time if the person who's in charge of it is not enjoying what they're doing. Secondly, you have to make it relevant. People know, if you're sitting there talking to them about mercurochrome, who uses that anymore? 0 people. That's not a thing. And so why would I go on and on telling you about a practice that's not being used? It needs to be relevant to today's practice and to what's going on in the field. So one of the things that I do as part of our quarterly, quality improvements, I'm looking at our hand washing numbers, I'm looking at our falls, I'm looking at our infection rates. And if I see any of those, starting to dip or increase, depending on which way they're supposed to be going, I'm going to include that as part of my training. And I'm not shy about my numbers. So during the pandemic, we had a dip in our hand washing numbers. And I was like, why is this happening? The most critical time to be washing your hands. And we have the worst hand washing numbers in the history that we've ever had. And I was really upset about it. And so what did I do? I took it right back to my employees. And during our training, I put it up on the board and I said, look, our hand washing numbers right now are 85%. They've never been worse. And now 85% isn't terrible, but come on, we're talking about hand washing. Everyone can wash hands. Everyone can do this properly. It's one of the first things that's taught to you as a CNA, as a nurse, any healthcare provider. And so I put it right back on them. I said, the person responsible for this number is you. Who does their hand washing? It's not me. I'm watching you, but you're the ones that are out there in the field actually doing this. And so I made it relevant to them. We talked about what is good hand washing and why is it important, and making it relevant to their practice. And it was amazing. Within one quarter, the very next quarter, my numbers were back over 90. And then a quarter after that, they were up at 95. And that's pretty much where they've stayed since then. And quarterly, I report to them what our hand washing numbers are, what are our falls numbers, what are our infection numbers, because now they own that information. The people who control that is them. They wash their hands, we have low infections. They provide safe care, we have low falls. And, they own that information. And with education and information, now they can take out there and, make a difference. And so making it relevant to what they're looking at and what they're seeing every day is important. Another really big thing is don't be boring. You have to enjoy what you're doing. It has to be relevant, but it also has to be interesting. Incorporate things about it, about the training that are really going to attract people. Bring in stories. Sometimes I have funny stories that kind of just stop people and they just laugh. They're like, oh, wait, is this supposed to be funny? Yes, it's supposed to be funny. Please laugh. And then sometimes I have kind of devastating stories and the room will get real quiet and, we'll just kind of have to sit for a moment in the moment of sadness or grief as we all process, how this could have gone better, and using those stories as a learning device. But they're my real stories. They're stories about our clients here. And again, making that relevant and making sure that it's just exciting. If it's not conveying, important educational topics, if it's not interesting, if it's not engaging, they're going to feel like you're wasting their time. And if you have their time to waste, then that means you don't value them. And in their minds, their time is just as valuable as yours. And even if you pay them, they don't want to have their time wasted. And so making sure that they know, what's important and that it's important to you.